Welcome. As I said before also, in the last meeting, again, I would like to remind that it is opportunity, a space to explore your own truth first and to know more in this manner, in true sense, what is life also. So everybody use this opportunity to, if you need my help, to look, because mostly I feel that what is in the way of living our wholeness is not really something like a real blockage or bondage. It is more of the nature of a blind spot of not seeing clearly what is what. And the goal of this clear seeing does not involve processes, does not involve steps. It begins right where you are, what you are. It begins there. So begin with what you are, but more having a fresh look. Because mostly the spiritual journey creates sort of a very fast moving circle, and on which we ride and keep rotating and don't get chance to stop and look what's going on in my life really, what I'm doing and why. So this is the invitation. This is the time. Today you can stop for a moment and wonder what exactly I'm doing on this spiritual path and why. Would it not be better to be clear about what do you want first before you go for shopping? You know, because I feel somewhere I wrote long back in article that mind is like what is this rotating thoughts? Just my way of expressing that moment. It was like this. The rotating thoughts are like a shopping mall. This mind is like a shopping mall. It keeps showing off all the items it has because it doesn't know what do you want. So it will keep giving you all the options. It keeps all the options alive because you may like this or that. But once you are clear what you want, the rotating thoughts drastically reduce actually. Or maybe even generally, occasionally, we all have also felt it that one day when you feel right now for 1 hour, I'm just going to do this. You don't feel so many thoughts really. Thoughts are mostly when We are not sure which way to go. So like this, if somehow we can come in this reality, in this moment here, and look like who I am really, and what do I want in life, in this spiritual journey, and why. And I want to tell you, this is going to lead to a real awakening beyond the idea of a spiritual awakening, beyond the conceptual understanding of awakening. It will lead to a real awakening if you stop and see. Because you are real, just sleeping. Not that you are not real. Not that you are going to be real only when you wake up. No. Try to see the difference. You are going to be real all along. You are actually real all along. You are what you are all along, whether you wake up or asleep like this. So it's not a matter of becoming something. It's a matter of seeing more clearly. You know. Eh? More. Okay. So so like this, I invite again all of you. If you want to look together, if you have any anything holding you back and you feel you're not able to go further inside you or further inquiry of into what you are, we can look together. It may help because sometimes all you need is a mirror, empty mirror, so that you can see clearly what's in you. So this is the invitation that if you want, you can just use this opportunity as a mirror and say what do you want really, and we look together into it in a more neutral manner, not in the hurry to achieve anything, but more with the attitude of seeing clearly what is what. Like I saw some houses, uh, in even our Sangha kitchen at some point, a few years back. No, it was like the refrigerator is full of vegetables and full of all the stuff, and we keep still buying things. Like this. It was like this because we did not have observing of it, and now it is much better actually. Now we buy what we need. We don't buy what we don't need. And when we have something, we eat it first and then we will buy next, isn't it? What happened? We see more now. You know, just a simple thing. We see more now. You know, this is the power of seeing. See more. Like it is like in the same example, you have papaya in the fridge. I don't like papaya so much. I eat more like a. It has some medicinal value, so it's fine. But not my joy of my being to eat papaya. I would like watermelon more. So we can discard it, buy watermelon, you know, or in this moment I will feel no, let's not waste it. Let's eat watermelon, this papaya first. It will save money also, and it will save wastage also. Like like this is the power of your clear seeing. Like as a whole, you see, and things decisions are made so holistically, so wise decisions are made. you know, without any special effort or struggle about it. And they go long, long way. They bring more harmony also in our life. Isn't it like this? We don't really need to learn so many things from so many people. We just need to see more. See more is not like a process that at the end of it you will get anything. No, the day one from the first second you start getting, but it may not be appreciated immediately. In the in the in the time of few days or weeks, you will know that it fundamentally changes your way of looking at things, your way of doing, more mature, more harmony, more clarity. Like one thing that we have been doing, most of us, I believe, is one thing called rework. Rework. We do things and then we undo. We do and then we undo. And like this, so much energy is wasted in the whole day. And this can be corrected by seeing more clearly. Then you do something which you will not need to undo. It will be a perfect beginning for the next activity. And like this, life becomes like a painting. The whole day's activities, they become like a painting, not like how to say this cross and this game, no, not like this. So it's more about living from our authentic space, purer space to truer space, you can say, which is not going to happen at the end of some process. It can begin right away if we start seeing more. Like as I say, every day we can begin with this simple thing, 15 minutes. Just go inside yourselves and just see what's going on. Only this much. There's no need to attach any goal to it, that what will happen after 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, you move on to your life normally. You will have more clarity that day about what to do and when. And that week, you will have much more clarity. That month, you will have much more clarity if you continue like this. What you are doing, you're just bringing in light more. That's all. You're doing nothing else actually. And the miracle happens. Things start solving by themselves. It is like our energies are intermingled, too much intermingled inside us. They need to be uncluttered in a way. And this is the way. Letting them be uncluttered by not interfering or correcting them quickly, and also bringing in the light of seeing. It's a perfect climate for things to get, you know, cleared up by themselves. One feels so much rest at the body level, mind level, and without missing the opportunity to live life in a very normal, standard way, whatever need to be lived also. Because life activities are not really, you know, against what you are. It's just that you are not feeling satisfied because you are not living your full potential. Your full potential. I can be much better than what I am living now. That's dissatisfaction. That's the sense of incompletion. Let yourself be lived fully. Beginning is a simple observation. So anybody want to talk to me now? Please, you can talk.
Namaste. Thank you for this opportunity again. And I feel my request, I've maybe expressed it before, but so this clear seeing, it really is not at the level of efforting or trying to see more. It's, I think I mentioned the other day that seeing happened very spontaneously. And it's had like repercussions, but I guess my request is, and this is coming from back into the identification, is I would like more of this clarity. So I see it's the identity requesting this, but this is an invitation I'm just taking to try and
It's
see
nice.
through,
Oh
please.
yes, yes, yes. It's very nice. I mean, mm, there are things that you are experiencing right now inside you, and there are things that you are experiencing right now outside of yourself, outside being outside of the body right now. And there are many outside of the body, many, many. Inside also, quite many. And if we focus on each one of them and try to bring clarity in this particular session, that may not be really the best use of this time. So we can more focus on something which is fundamental, which is the root of all that we experience. Root of all is you. You are the experiencer of it, like what you are experiencing inside and outside. From another angle, this is the angle of self-inquiry. No, another angle is but what I call simple seeing. In the simple seeing, you see things outside of your body. You see things inside your body also. But there are again many, and if you focus on each one of them to know them more, they may not be felt like it will take a long time, you know. So let's focus on the seer in this case. So basically, it all comes to you, whether we go through the self-inquiry or through the simple seeing that I mostly teach. Like basically, our capacity of seeing is being used outwardly, and this outwardly, initially you can say through the senses. Let's say through the eyes, ears, smell, and all other uh, senses. But even inside also, we are not looking in; we are looking out. When we close our eyes, we are looking out. Like out being what we experience inside us, like feeling any other form, like you can say like thoughts. Hmm? So this looking out basically is what we know as ego state. Looking out is the state of the being where it experiences autonomy, and like this, through this autonomy, it experiences a strong flavor, a strong experiences. Strong means the experience is very strong, like almost like real. For most, it is real, by the way. Whatever we experience is real for us. It's not because it is real in itself, it is because the experiencer is lost in the experiences. The seer is lost in what it sees. You know, so it supports completely what it sees, and so that's how it lives it as a reality. But if the seer can hold back, you know, which is the second step of the simple seeing, just staying as the seer, already, already the reality start becoming lighter and lighter. And if somehow you can look in the direction of the seer, simple seeing, there is no view. There is nothing to be seen left anymore. So there is no question of solving anything, by the way. Job finished here. Three simple steps. It covers all the whole spiritual journey covered in these three steps. Most of the journey is covered between the first step and second step. Second step is the state of presence. When you stay as the seer, this is the state of presence. And if you are interested, you can go beyond it also. You know? So what do you feel? Where are you right now?
Step 2.
So you are seer. Huh? You say like this?
I'm seer, and I mean, I'm aware of being here. I'm aware of the sense of presence. I'm aware of objects within the view. I'm aware of the body. I'm also aware very much that there's spaciousness and silence and yeah. And I'm aware of the absence of the itch that initiated this question. And I'm aware of an object, a very faint, ghostly object that I would call me. Sensation.
And is there any bondage here? Meaning anything which need to be corrected.
There's a thought that says, even seeing it is a problem. Even seeing this sense of me is a problem. Yeah, the seeing should be so pure that there's not even a sense of me, and I can see that's not true, but it's that's what's appearing. And this is the little sticky. This is where it gets a little sticky. Believed in.
I actually have been very simple being in my life also, and now I am simpler than before actually. So I really wonder, like there was a time when I used to see thoughts inside myself, and also there was a time when I used to see a sense of me inside me also. So I can correlate with that, but that time I did not have eyes to see as clearly as I have now. So I wonder really that have you really looked into this sense of me, like what exactly it is? Because my knowledge says now it is something very different than what it appears to you right now, like a problem, like something you have to attend. Do you really have to attend it? Even the sense of me, do you really have to attend it?
I mean, in the speaking of it, I can see that it's. I can see the non-truthness in it. I don't know how to express it. Yes, let's say I see 80% that it's not true. So there's a lingering, but even as I'm saying it, it's just it feels like nonsense.
I mean, let's not even say that it is not true. Or let us define first of all, but do you mean by true or not true? Can you say a little bit about it? What do you mean by true or not true? So we can see that we both have the same understanding of it.
Well, I can say from very recent experience that sometimes there's just a seeing that it's not true. It's just not true. It's just not. It's just not true.
Then it's okay. I think you have said 3 times. I think it must be not true. I believe you. Three times is kind of confirmation. But I feel it. I don't get it in words, but I can feel what you're saying. Basically, let me put it in words for you. If you agree, you confirm. Whatever we can see is not true. This is the only criteria I would like to keep or give you also in this conversation right now. Whatever you can see is not true. And the deeper it is appreciated in you, not believed in, but appreciated in you, the better. Because how possibly you can be that which you see, including sense of me, including the sense of doing something about it. You know? So now be a still seer, you know, not a seer which need to move to see things deeper, not a seer which need to chase or follow things which it sees, but more a still mirror, still mirror. Right now, be a still mirror. What you are seeing is what you are reflecting. What is being reflected in the mirror is what you are seeing. You are a mirror of awareness. Okay? You don't move. Let everything else move. And be seen in you also. And being seen by you also. The reflections are happening in you. And you are seeing them being happening also. You are seeing that they are happening also. You know. So you are the mirror and you are the seer of the reflection also. Right now. But you stop moving. You stop chasing the objects which are happening in you right now, which can be anything. So what do you feel now?
Don't really feel anything, just here, seeing, hearing sounds.
And what about any problem or anything? Is there anything left now to solve?
There's a little itch.
Eh?
Is it like a little itch? Something pulling at attention, just very faint.
It's fine. I mean, does it fall in third category? Is there any third category here? Two categories are you, the seer, and everything else seen, and hence separate from you, and you being free from it. Is there any third category? Anything in the third category, or only in two categories? Like, is there anything which you don't see and you are troubled by it, or it is also you see, and because of this you are cannot be troubled by it? No, or can you be troubled by what you see? Okay. So this feeling that you have, are you seeing it or not?
I did see it, but I can't see it now. But I can still see. I'm still seeing.
Again, any problem now? Anything unsolved? Anything that need to be solved now?
No.
And why anything is not left to be solved now? It's a very important thing because we can reach to the truth, but we can lose it again if we don't know how we reached here.
just because I'm here. I'm just here.
But
Not.
then you cannot be here sometime, because sometime before when you started talking to me, you were not here, no?
I was here, but the attention was in all the moving objects and memory.
Attention.
So the attention was in the memory, was in a memory of something. I don't know what it was. But now I'm here, and I'm seeing this speaking happening. Not really feeling any attachment to it, just hearing these sounds. And
Try to recall what exactly happened in this period when you started talking to me. It's very valuable. Otherwise, you will be dependent on me in this case, let's say, or in on any teacher. Observe very, very carefully. Try to feel like what exactly happened, in this period. Hmm? And if you now don't do anything, what will happen?
if I stay doing nothing, nothing will happen.
No, I mean, is any problem going to come back again? Like anything that you will have to solve again?
If I just stay and see with no
No,
involvement,
don't stay, don't see.
then there
Then are you
is.
back to your normal state where problem will come or not? I'm saying don't stay, don't see, don't do anything.
Yeah. Just here, there's nothing.
Eh?
Here, that there's nothing. There's no problem.
No problem.
No problem.
And the problem will come after. Let's solve all the problems today. All means just all of the problem which will come in future also. Meaning let us just finish the whole thing because it's the last satsang anyway.
Yeah.
It's better to finish everything. So don't be in a hurry. Don't become lazy. This is the laziness of the being that it feels it's okay. I'm done. I think I'm fine. No, no, don't be fine. Bring up all that dirt of the mind. Bring up every problem that you have right now. All the fundamental problems. Connect in connection to discovering who you are. Bring all the problems now. Because your state is very, very good. So if anything is remaining, let's finish it also.
It's a little hard to grasp it now, but there's it's something like there's an energy of a me that wants to do it, like
Energy of me that want to do it.
achieve it.
And what about that? Like, what do you want to do about it? Like, why you are reporting it? There must be some significance which I want to understand.
I mean, in this moment, I can't feel the significance, but if there's something that takes my energy normally, then it's that sense of doership.
Oh.
But I'm only bringing it now because you've asked me, but it's
Yes.
it's hard to grab.
Like I have heard a lot about it. I have myself used this word sense of doer. Can we look into it? What exactly is this sense of doer? Or can you make me understand what exactly it means to have this sense of doer and why we are against it? I want to understand both these things. Like why all the seekers of truth are so against sense of doer. Like I should not have sense of doer. Why not? It is part of the functioning of body mind. What if it is part of the functioning of body mind? Then would you like to drop the body mind to drop the sense of doer? or no?
No. I know there's a freedom beyond it, and so by implication, there's a sense of a lack of freedom in this stewardship. It feels compulsive, and it feels like it's both believed in and also rejected in a way.
Don't. Why you need to reject? Reject means not giving value, or what?
Not giving value feels very neutral, but rejecting is and not wanting it to be there. Yeah.
Have a look. Why not? Why? Why anything should not be there inside you right now? By the way, like why things should change upon being seen? Why anything should change inside you when you see it? Yeah. This is a very subtle form of sleep we all are living in. This is not the idea of guiding you to see more clearly. The idea is so you become clear that you are the seer of it, and hence you are already free. Today, inner climate is that you have 53 thoughts, 18 feelings, 7 emotional conflicts. Then tomorrow it will be different sequence, different thoughts, feelings, emotions, different type also, sometimes categorically. How does it matter?
Because it feels like it's me. It
So
feels like
then check where is this me, and better to check who you are rather than checking what is this me. You know, this is my invitation to now look into the direction of seer. You have seen enough, and you have also established yourself enough in the position of a seer. Like you are not moving so much. You're not affected so much by what you are seeing. Even if the sense of me comes in, you're not so much affected by it. Then it's a good state. Now look, explore the seer that you are, seer of the sense of me, sense of doer. Explore now, right now, explore. Because it seems like a difficult thing to explore by ourselves generally, and I understand why. So I present my help to you. Explore now. Explore the position. Explore the source from where you are seeing right now. In this direction from where you are seeing, tell me if you find anything in the way, any items to be seen, any sense of bondage, any sense of identity, any sense of me, I, or anything. Just tell me if you see anything basically.
I mean, generally it's just a very large space with faint kind of like ripples of light, as that's what is seen. But at a more subtle felt level, it's just light and like a radiance.
None of this is real. Only you are real. Now focus on yourself.
I can't find anything there other than these things that are not real, but
You,
I
you,
am here.
you can leave them.
Mm.
Just keep leaving everything that you see. That's not you. You have to reach to that source from where you are seeing. And obviously, there you cannot see anything. So,
Mm.
whatever you see, keep leaving. Keep leaving. Confirm that yes, this is also very subtle, but still leave it. If you feel any stress in going deep like this, you tell me. Like you, if you don't want to go in this direction, you can tell me.
There's no stress, but there's sometimes there's like a kind of a looking feeling, but that's also seen, and it's just empty.
What is empty? You are empty.
I'm empty
Empty and where exactly?
here.
Meaning, is there any particular place you are in this whole space inside you?
No, it. I am here, and I'm not fixed here. Just here, without a place. Just as this.
This is nice. Now, anything that is happening inside you right now, how does it matter? Does it affect you in some way?
No.
Then is it not nice to know this? It was a bit of a work together, but I think it was worth. So now where are you? Are you still that? Do you still have that knowledge, or you lost that knowledge? I mean, what you saw, have you lost it already, or still you have it?
I still have it.
Yes. Then you stay open eyes and see what happens. Now see this body. See your body, and it's uh, functioning with the same mechanism. Now see that this body and its functioning is the object. Its experiences are the objects happening in you now, and you are the seer of it. Now see like this.
I'm just here.
But are you in the body?
I mean, I'm in it, but I'm also not in it. Like,
Yes. I am in the body is an experience, isn't it? You can see this or not.
yeah, that seems to resonate.
You can see this also, no?
Yes, I can see this body.
Yeah, yeah. That this feeling that I'm in this body is also experienced by you.
Yes,
So it
yes.
comes in the same category. Leave it also. Why to give it a special value? I mean, you don't need to give a special value to it. So now, the body and the feeling in the body that I am in this body both are in front of you or in you, you can say in a way, isn't
Mm.
it? Now, where are you? Are you in the body now or out of the body?
I would have to say both.
Hmm?
I would have to say both.
Yeah.
One is more an experience, one is more seeing.
Yes. So believe the seeing more right now. Value
Mm.
the seeing more. Leave the experience. Experience is in front of you. So
Mm.
don't value it. Which one is the experience?
Being in the body. Mm.
It is the experience only. I mean, the overall experience of body is such that like there are different layers of experiencing in the body. The root experience is of being in the body. That is the root of our relation with the body, you can say, our attachment with the body. So it's natural. It's not going to go away. Don't try to discard or change it or to no. Yes, let it be. Let it flourish here. It doesn't cannot take away your freedom. Eh? So don't worry about it. You don't have to bring things in any special order to recognize that you are free. You are already free. You have a sense of being in the body, and that this is how you experience actually life through the body. This is your connection, like this. Yeah. But also, right now, the deeper view is open for you, in which you see more like you are more like a seer of the whole thing of the body. Like, is it like this?
Mm. Yeah.
Value the seeing position more. That's your truer position than this. And even if you feel so, are you attached to this feeling that I am in the body? Meaning, are you feeling some weight of it, or you can just leave it like
Mm.
this?
I mean, the body itself is very kind of lightweight and often sort of not really there
No, right now, only
right
right
now.
now.
Right now, yeah, I don't feel very attached to it. No, I feel
No, it's like fine.
yeah,
You
it's
can kind
nice.
of ignore it right now.
Mm.
Stay more as the seer and explore yourself now. Eh? So like this, can we end it here
Mm.
like this?
Yes,
Because you
yes,
have come to
yes.
your true position. Just stay in this position. Stay in the sense that if you want to stay as the seer, really there is no way but to explore the seer. Otherwise, you will explore what you see
Mm.
until there is a impulse. Like we have an impulse to move. That impulse is what is our false position. That false position, either you will explore what you see or you will explore the seer. Explore the seer right now if you want to be safe, because there is a demarcation line sort of inside. If you explore the seer enough, you get established in the seer in a way that you don't have to, you do not have this impulse to explore what you see. That's how you become free, and you don't need to see anything in order to be what you are. You know, that is our beyond state. Eh? So now
Mm.
continue exploring it for some time and report back to me if something happens to you, meaning something like you lose it or like this.
Mm. Thank you.
Thank you. It was nice looking together. Who else wanted to talk to me?
प्रणाम जी। जैसे कि आपने बोला कि आप मिरर का काम करते हैं हमारे लिए, और अगर मैं कुछ पूछती हूँ तो उसमें वही 70-30% का मिक्सिंग हो जाएगा। तो मुझे लगता है कि आप ही कुछ बताएं और आप ही मुझे मिरर दिखाएं।
Okay, that's very clever of you, I would say. Because you are saying that if I ask you anything, it will be a mixing of my true knowledge and mind knowledge. So better I I take your help, or you tell me anything like this you are saying. If you are able to sit like this right now without being distracted, you know, into anything which is happening inside you or outside of yourself, this is more than enough. It is reducing the power of mind on you and influence of it on you. So it is the influence of mind which creates the sense of problem inside us, which also is the field in which sense of identity, sense of person happens also. Meaning sense of me happens. So what you call yourself right now is the entity happening in the mind field only. And when it is able to affect this root thought, when the mind field is able to affect the root thought, then you say I'm troubled. Then you say I am moving, or I need to move. But if you somehow can right now understand that whatever happens, I will not move inside me, I will just stay unmoving. Then even if mind field is able to create something which need your immediate attention, or you have this sense, still it will not be able to move you. And like this, you will become free from mind and from the identity also, from this me also. You can become free from this me also. Because you are not this me, and you are not the experiences of this me, thoughts of this me. You are beyond it right now also. Right? So if you can decide to just not move at all, whatever comes, whatever goes, you already start sensing and feeling your true position. This is your true position. It's so simple like this. Yeah. But if it doesn't resonate in you, then you tell me.
जी, I correlate what you are saying.
Then just
That is,
stay.
yeah.
Then just stay. It is not meditation in the normal sense, but as you can say in the ultimate sense, this is meditation, not moving. This moving is not really a possibility in the true self that you are. It is more a possibility in the dynamic or moving consciousness, which is also known as attention. No? But we don't know anything more than this in our life generally. So right now, don't believe that you know anything. It's not that you have attention; it is that you are attention. You know? So when you move, means attention moves. When attention moves, then you say I move. You know, like this. So if you don't move, some part of your attention will still continue moving, and some part of attention will start stopping here. Attention is a dynamic energy. It cannot stay anywhere. Either it will go out or it will go in. If you stop, it will go in. If you don't, it will continue flowing out. simplest way to go in. Don't move. This is the most direct and simple way of going in. If you don't move, attention starts falling back to the source from where it came out. And it rests here. Attention does not know the self. You, the self, knows itself in the absence of the movement of attention and its effects, called mind. You know, mind becomes quiet like this. Hmm? So it's good.
Very good.
Okay, enjoy.
Thank you.
Stay like this here. Anybody else, please, or if you want to look into anything, we can look together. And discovering our truth is actually not such a difficult thing as we think at first. Or rather, it is the simplest thing basically possible. Because you don't need to mix anything, you don't need to create anything, you don't need to change anything, you don't need to imagine anything, you don't need to project anything. Basically, you don't need to do anything, just encounter what is, you know. So it has to be the simplest thing possible. But mostly it is not. And why it is not? Because we are holding on to something which is not true. So letting go of that is what takes time. That is what I call sense of knowledge. We believe we know, and we don't know that we believe. That's how it becomes a blind spot. And we can continue listening from that blind spot. Like, okay, yeah, I understand. I know. I see thoughts. I see now the self also. Like this. No, you don't really. Nobody can see self. And there are no thoughts inside when you don't believe the mind. It is the mind which sees thoughts, not you. For you, there are nothing like thoughts inside the mind. It's an empty mind at any point of time, always. Yeah, mind is always empty. It may be a shock for many. It is you who is hypnotized by the mind that seeing that mind is full and I need to be free now. You don't need to be free from the thoughts. You need to be free from this hypnosis that you need to be free from thoughts. Just be free from it. Meaning, meaning don't believe anything which you don't know. That's the meaning of letting go of this sense of knowledge, this believed in knowledge. Like if you don't know that really for sure that it will bring heaven to you when your thoughts are not rotating in your head, then don't believe it. Don't value it. Come to the authentic, most authentic knowledge if you have any, or not, it's also fine. So this is what I say. This whole spiritual journey, a journey from of 2 points, starting from I know to I don't know. Starting is I know, and will be I don't know. Because as a child, this is what we learn first. I know. And mostly at first in the childhood, it will be more like a pretension. We pretend because we have to compete with the adults who are continuously influencing us by this power of knowledge. I know this, I know that. You don't know anything. You can fool others, but how would you fool yourself when it comes to knowing your truth? Can we come back to now to the original innocence you had before you started this idea. This acting. They say acting, no? Knowing the table of content is not really reading the book. You know, we can believe I have read it, and like this, we can waste many opportunities of true knowings. I would say reading one book so deeply that you can feel the vibration of it in your life is much better than reading thousands of books. If if it is just surfing, it is just having a glance of it, because it brings a sort of a hypnosis inside us. The sense of knowledge is the only hypnosis there. You know what else otherwise? You are perfect. You are already truth. You don't have to become truth. This becoming is the idea of coming from this hypnosis. You know, coming from this hypnosis. Because the sense of knowledge, I know, has a much bigger penalty than you can imagine. It creates a sense of I, a false I. And obviously, the problem here is I know, but not enough, so I must know more. So you will never get chance to look into what is this I, which want to know more. Like this, the sense of false I hides under this false knowledge or partial knowledge, you can say. As I said yesterday, also once we see clearly that I don't know anything, then backbone of this false identity has already fallen. Very soon you will see that not only I don't know anything, but I also don't even know who I am. Now you have come to your original state. Here self-knowledge naturally happens. No techniques are necessary. No help is needed from outside. As Ramana Maharshi says, the outside influence has been removed now. This is the outside influence, sense of knowledge. Believed in knowledge, basically. So I invite all of you like this. If you feel you need my help in this direction, we can look together. I'm I'm happy to be as direct and without any sugarcoating as possible. I'm
Thank you for this opportunity. The false I, like for me, my being is in this body. Like it for me, it's like a vehicle. So truth, when you hear it or perceive it or sense it in any form, it feels in my body. If it's when a certain situation is encountered, this body is maybe for me the first line of contact that feels it, and I feel good certain times in my body with a feeling of let's do this, and that's motivating factor for me. So I don't know where to draw this line of I'm totally in sync with me, the I in this body, and I'm reading a lot of literature, and also there are some meditative journeys that happen, and there the sense of I is lost. So there's a constant reaffirmation or confirmation that's required to understand the I. But isn't the I really here now and so real and experience helping me have this experience of this life? And so like somehow I feel many roads to spirituality somehow leads to the fact that there is no I, it's an ego. But I come from the fact that ego is there. There are types of ego like inflated or deflated. That could be basically the hindrance. But as a human being, this ego connects me to the root of this earth and being part of this ecosystem. Like, so that's my conflict somewhere. who am I? Yes, there's a constant questioning going in, and my mind never comes to a stop. It just goes in, and it's just going in. It's a long and so I'm just a little muddled as in I it should be there or what is the scene?
I think it's a very nice example of a pure, you can say, authenticity of your being and mixing of sense of knowledge also. So what troubles you is sense of knowledge actually, meaning you have accepted part of some message from some master, and because it comes from a master, it has some power, but the other part has not been understood yet. So now it is creating confusion. I would say let go of the whole of the message. See from your own eyes, like really you don't need any knowledge from outside when you have started resting in yourself, when you have started living from your integrity also. Like if you feel there is a sense of I, okay, it's fine, and you are exploring it. And this sense of I is also a vehicle to interact with the body, connect to the body, and through that interact with the life, and respond to life events also like this. So it is fine. If you now accept, like I would say, just simply use the knowledge, let's say any form of knowledge inside the mind for interaction with others, but don't use it for yourself. You stay empty and innocent, like empty of all the knowledge, always. Freshly know, every day, freshly know. Okay. Like, okay, so this is what I am today. Like every day is a new knowledge for you, for yourself, about yourself, like this. So, and then you will know something from it. That will become your new base, new I. It will become your new I. From there, you will live life now, whole day, let's say. So every morning, explore who I am right now. And you will know new things. Mostly you will know new if you are not holding on to knowledge of the past. So then, what is the knowledge of the past? What you have known yesterday about yourself even, that is also false knowledge. Let go of that also. Freshly. I mean, it can be in the mind and it is okay. Because for the practical reasons, we need knowledge of the mind, meaning we need past knowledge. So it is okay. There's nothing wrong, but don't give it so much value. Let it be more a lightweight utility. It's like a utilitarian knowledge. It's not true knowledge. You know, it should not affect you in any way. Uh, in the exploration of what you are. You go innocently inside, like I don't know. And by the way, it is not that you need to do it like this because you are ignorant, because you don't know yourself. No, this is going to be like this forever actually. Because life wants to enjoy knowing itself continuously. What we know as a mystic is not somebody who knows everything, but it is the one who has got so lost in the mystery that has lost the whole identity itself, and it is the mystery who lives through this body now, like this. Like it has become the mystery itself, like found it so juicy and beautiful that lost interest in this view outside of the body or the mind, you can say. But this is going to be same for you also, no? Every one of us is that mystic, that Adi Yogi, that eternal wanderer trying to know itself. You know, I find you like this. Explore. Don't try to sell your knowledge that you see inside yourself. If you try to sell, be very casual about it. Sale means don't try to convert it into conceptual language for others. I mean, at least for the time being, don't do it. It creates confusion. We all are prisoners of words. We all are prisoners of words that we speak, that we listen also. So speak very carefully to others about these things. About these things, one statement is more than enough. I don't know. But you know everything, you are knowing everything. But you can say, I don't know. You know, about the whole world and objects, you know. But about this, you can say, I don't know. I don't know sufficient enough to teach or to tell anybody what is this. I'm still exploring. Look, I hope I answered something which can be useful for you.
Yes, yeah. What I take from this is like the chaotic change being so prominent, and that could be the whole journey to just see what is how you feel in the now, and every now is so different.
Yes, yes.
So bring then this leads us to this, like to me, to this question of the now. Does it has to be conscious effort or work constantly to be um, inward, uh, to be in that state? Is it work, or does it naturally become a part of you? Like, I'm just need little clarity there. Like,
I mean, there are three approaches towards this. One is exploring yourself. If you continue exploring yourself, it results in this being more and more here and now. And if you continue exploring this here and now, it results in self exploration and knowledge. Because this and you are not two really. If you explore this, you are exploring yourself. If you explore yourself, you are exploring this, like this, actually. It's not really so difficult to kind of embrace it, but it is impossible to understand what I'm saying. You cannot understand what I'm saying, but you can embrace it. Like, yeah, it feels nice, like this. You can embrace it, and then it becomes actually part of your being, and you actually see it also and live it also now, like this. Because there are only two things in this: one, what is happening; one, what is not happening. We focus on what is happening. That's why we don't value what is not happening, the still, the truth. And the sense of doer is happening. It's not stillness. And we get attached to it. I am in the body and I am the doer, like this. This is the most intimate and most stable item. So we get attached to it. Okay, so this is what I am. I mean, it, it, it is basically part of the cosmic joke that that I am the doer is only a item in the view. There is nobody in it bound. You know. So this item says that I am the doer, I want to be free, does not really need to be free. It is going to be in the view always, and you are going to be free from it forever. Don't believe it. Don't believe its bondage. Only see what it is and recognize and confirm that I am already free. So without being free, you become free. You know, if you become free through some process, that process is the belief that will live in you. Now, this belief will create another form of bondage, and now you will need another process to be free from it. Come to your original freedom before you became bound. Let's say you never become bound actually. Before you became hypnotized, that you are bound now. Come to that original. That original is either this or deep in yourself exploration of who you are, like this. Not really against or opposite of bondage. Liberation is freedom from bondage, not through some process, but by seeing that I am not bound in this bondage. I am the seer of it, like this. And this is your real natural state. Bondages are happening, but you are not bound really. You cannot be. You cannot be bound in anything like this. So it's nice. It's nice. Like I hope we reach to uh, some point where
yes, I cannot put in words, but it's really resonating. And in my body, uh, I feel a subtle sensation confirming it. And thank you so much.
This is nice. This is very nice. I mean, I also respect a mature being like you who values the resonance more than the understanding of the mind, who knows the difference also. Most of us don't know the value of resonance and don't understand the difference also mostly. Because resonance is the only way through which truth is communicated actually. Truth is, shared, not through the talks, not through it. So it's not how well you interpret my message that you will understand what I'm saying, but how open you are, so you can resonate right now. Right now, you can feel what I feel. You can see what I see. You know, that's the possibility here. In every true meeting like this, it happens like. But we mostly try to understand things and miss the much bigger chance of seeing the truth in real time. So it's very nice. Anybody else want to say anything now?
Your pointings have been very helpful the last few days, and accepting that I don't know has been revealing and slowly becoming comforting also. Yet my attention is has a tendency to go outward and seek mirrors to find the space. If if the mystery and me are not different, then how can I become completely rid of
How can I become
completely rid of
rid of?
anything that is not me? If I am completely in surrender to what you are saying in the present time, but yet still seeking a mirror to speak about, and I want to be independent of this.
As I said, there's only one way to be totally free from everything, that you see that you are already free right now also. So right now there seems to be a sense that I'm not yet fully free. If you can somehow transcend this feeling, you can reach, let's say, to your natural state where you can see that yes, I am already free, even in the middle of this sense of not being free. You know, because believing that I need to be free is basically living in that this field where sense of freedom, like a temporary sense of freedom and a temporary sense of bondage takes place. Because what is bondage? If not getting caught up in a desire, what is freedom? If not the fulfillment of it? But that's how life is moving, whole of life. So even when you have desire, like I want to have this chocolate ice cream, you are bound now, isn't it? And until you have it, you will be bound in some way. Because it is a movement in consciousness. A desire is a movement in consciousness, which creates sort of a center from where things are like ripples are coming like this. Take these things their own course. You stay as the seer, you know. So the only thing that can make you really free from the bondage and the course that follows after it, freedom, is you see that I am not bound. So can you check right now if you want? Like what makes you believe that you are bound and you need to do anything about anything actually?
Apart from the sense of the knowledge that I am bound, there is no
There's
bondage.
no bondage really. So don't value it. Like then you know the way. Because sense of knowledge is what maybe we can explore the sense of knowledge also.
The sense of bondage need not be given attention. So if I will be exploring this knowledge, I will not be free of this knowledge.
Yeah. So there is no need to explore it also actually. So if you don't explore it,
Then I am bound in time.
you are bound.
In time.
Try to find out exactly how you are bound. We can look together. I am with you, and we see how you are bound. Because it's a very original or authentic experience. I also had this experience of being bound in time. So let's look into it because there is a key here, key to freedom, complete freedom actually. You just look very deeply into what is this bondage to time. Like explore right now, not thinking about it, but actually feeling it more. Like how exactly I'm bound to time. Like, do you mean that because you have to attend the next commitment, that's why you are bound to time?
It's my forgetfulness which makes me bound in time. My forgetfulness of the true sense of being.
Yes. So then don't forget. Then also you know the key.
Then I find it very difficult to speak because
It's fine. We don't need to, like, why you need to speak? You mean in the day-to-day life you are saying? Or right now?
yes, right now.
Right now is okay. But in day-to-day life, if you find difficult to speak, it will solve by itself. You stay in that true sense of being or true being, you know, it will resolve everything. So day-to-day life will take care because every being has this kind of phase sometime that you don't cannot speak. It is not because you cannot speak, it is because mostly the being don't want to speak because it is finding it so joyful, because of this. So it's okay. But it kind of it seems like it touches some sort of a bottom of it and then comes out also. A lot of energy comes out. And then probably you will talk more, much more than sometimes, too much also. Like, not too much in the bad sense, but too much in the sense of in comparison to your previous version of, talkativeness. So I don't think it is a problem. And right now, there is no problem. If you don't cannot speak from your sense of being, let your sense of being speak in the way it want to speak to me. If there is a need to speak, no. So is there any need to speak when you are in the sense of being right now?
I don't have anything more to say. I don't have anything more to say. I will continue the seeing.
Yes. Is it not wonderful like this?
I'm very grateful. I understand your pointing. I'm very grateful. I will continue this.
Yes, yes. And you let me know if you need any help at any point of time. You can, because sometimes it is nice to connect also like this, or because we just only forget, nothing else, nothing else. And when you forget, then it seems like suddenly the mind opens up it's a to-do list. These things we have to do in order to be free, like this. Oh, suddenly you feel, my God, I have again become the spiritual seeker and journey started again. But remember that time, remember, hold back. Just remember that something fundamental has changed in you, and that need to change back, like this. One simple key I can give is don't move. Even if you are hypnotized, fully into the mind, and fully you have lost yourself, this kind of feelings we have many times. Just don't move. If you don't move, very quickly you will again remember the beingness, that this sense of being, that is sense of existing, very naturally, and you feel that fresh air again, like, oh, I did not lose it yet, like this. Just forget, don't forget to forget this thing. Just don't move. Whatever comes, whatever goes, don't move. Even if very strongly you feel, if I don't move, I am never going to get back my true nature. It's okay. Still don't move. And these clouds will very quickly clear up by themselves. And you will know that, oh, I don't need to do anything to be myself. Like this. Yes, like this.
Yes. Thank you.
I mean, we can talk so many ways, so many things, but the fundamental remains fundamental, and which is very little, few things that we need to do. Those who want to do, those who want to talk, they can continue talking. There is no end to talkings, and also there is not much effort needed to finish things. Because what exactly we have to finish? I mean, can you finish eating food? No, you will every day eat food as long as body is here. So the opposites, interrelated opposites, will continue playing their role in life. Body, mind, feeling, emotion, everything. You cannot stop it. But we can discover what is beyond this. There have been few keys by which were found by great masters in the ancient times, since for so many thousands of years. One of them was not moving, just being still. Everything becomes quiet. Everything starts becoming silent if you have patience. So it's not like a spiritual practice, it's a decision that now I will not move. Body, mind, all the layers within ourselves, they cannot live without your support. If you don't move, they stop moving. You get chance to see who you are in essence, without and beyond these layers. And once you see this, your your self knowledge will enlighten all these layers one after another by itself. No need to really do any other thing particularly. Or you will feel inspired to do things also, but from your own true light, not from some outside knowledge. It is an inspiration coming from within, that I may do. You may do yoga practices, pranayam, or anything else also. This is the one key. Another key is seeing. And because the seeing has become very, has been practiced in so many different ways, that I felt like giving it a name, simple seeing, because it basically means simply seeing what is inside you, or outside also, actually. Like if I can have a cup of tea, only seeing, doing nothing else. You are home. But we are seeing, and we get involved in what we see. Like we go deep in what we see. That's how we lose our true position of the pure seer. No, you just stay as the pure seer. Don't try to see more than you can see right now. Neither trying to see more items in the view, nor trying to see deeper in any item of the view. No, only seeing as much as I can see, as if it is like the panoramic view, where everything is in the view, but nothing in focus. Like this. And this is the view which martial artists also used to practice. Those masters of the martial art, they also used to practice this panoramic view. That's how they see their opponent from every angle around the clock, like 360-degree they can see. This is your natural power. Just don't focus on anything. See, but don't focus. This is seeing. Your true seeing is see, but don't focus. Habit of the mind has been to focus. You have to break this habit. That's all. This is the meaning of meditation also. Just not doing anything. When you don't do anything, you naturally see. Still, you continue seeing naturally. But you don't see anything particularly. That, oh, there's something nice passing right now. What a nice thought. Not like this. No, you are like, you are resting, but not sleeping. You are seeing, but not searching. Like this. You are seeing, but not searching anything. Oh, that great thought did not come today, which came yesterday. That great insight did not happen today yet, which I am waiting for to confirm that I have reached to my true state. You are always in your true state, by the way. Just let go of this idea that you have to come to your true state. That's all. You know, it is possible. So these are the keys which have worked so well in self-inquiry. Is like a arrow of consciousness going straight to the center of life. Self-inquiry. If it resonates, if you feel it is for you, it is amazing. I have in my life practiced both the seeing and the self-inquiry. That's why I share these two things. It is like when self-inquiry doesn't work for you. I mean, this is how I felt in me. Self-inquiry did not appeal, so seeing is a better idea. It looks simple. Although it was the most difficult thing to do actually at first. But slowly, kind of, it aligns in some way, like you kind of get aligned to it. And then sometimes we also become very strongly attached to the sense of seer. So much so that it itself becomes a blind spot, and we don't want to let go of it now. So then self-inquiry helps. And then you reach to some state where you don't understand anything now, what to do now. Like I'm kind of too open. Things have become too open and I don't know how to operate from here or where to go basically from here. Now seeing again will help you. You can see, isn't it? You are the seer without having eyes. You are the seer without a form. You are the seer without a location here. Again, you will confirm, I am the seer actually. So these are not two things really. It's just mix of, you can say, different approaches. But seeing is the essence of what you are. And don't underestimate this capacity of seeing. And by the way, what is thinking? If not seeing through the believed in knowledge? And what is listening? If not seeing through the ears? What is touch? If not feeling through the seeing? Seeing is your essential power, the neutral power. It is not flavored. It is the capacity of experiencing life, seeing life. When this light of seeing passes through the senses, It produces colored report, sensory report, in the form of seeing, listening, smell, taste, touch, like this. When it is used in the mind, it produces this thinking process, memory, facts, analysis, conclusion, imagination also. But same power, and it's actually same power, which is the feeling, which is the emotions also. It is you only all the way. You want to experience yourself in so many ways. That's how it is. And what is body, by the way? If not you in a frozen state, in a crystallized state? Is it not your aura like this? I just feel like this. Anybody else want to say anything now? Otherwise, we end this meeting now because it's kind of time.
Pranam. Um, it's so beautiful that there's nothing to say because everything comes, all the identity and the play and the joy and the sadness and the everything is coming and revealing itself and falling away. And anything that is not seen is also seen with this continuous, in this mirror. And when there is the sense of being lost, it is also being seen after whatever amount of time that goes in. It just feels like a unfolding which is happening, and there is nothing to do.
Isn't it so nice? This is the meaning of you can say surrender. This is surrender, no? Surrender to life. That is surrender is not really a weak state of the being. It is a very mature state of the being. Like you see very clearly that no, it's not appropriate to kind of feel like a doer or do anything about it. It's beyond my capacity. And like this, sometimes I feel na, like God will bring everybody in some time to their knees so that they can pray to God, so that they can thank God. They can be grateful that they exist, that God exists, and can guide them here. Until then, the sense of I was very strong and did not believe anything else. I can do anything I want. Now it sees like life is much bigger than I thought. It's not a small lake in which I can row my boat. It's the infinite ocean. God will be remembered very dearly. Yeah. Those who see truth, they cannot avoid remembering God and praying God also. Like you don't know what is God, but there is some power. Like intuitively you feel something, like as if it is your own source. Like it is how it is felt. Thank you, beloved. Like birds may be different. So it's not really imagination. But the strong ego has to thin away before we can actually see that there is a higher power guiding us all.
On, on both sides, it is God. Yet, how beautiful this surrendering and
Yes,
playing the devotee and knowing it is He who is here as well. It's bliss and tears and I don't know also.
yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
He also wanted to say something.
Thank you again. I'll keep it very short.
It's fine.
He said both sides are gods. So if both sides are gods, I'm trying to understand why is it so difficult for a god to understand his own godliness, like in this life. Why are we given this life to live as humans? And I also come from a thought of believing in incarnation and having the lifetime and again breaking the cycle of misery, as Buddha said. So if we're gods, then why is it so difficult? Like, because
Who says it is
I know,
difficult?
of course,
You know,
yeah.
I mean, it is not at all difficult for God. It is the joy for God. If it is difficult for you, find out who are you and be
Yeah.
free now.
So
So
the idea of this life as a human would be to just understand this, the joy of being.
yes, yes. I mean, it is life. It is God at every stage. Even when you are speaking, it is God only. It is God's joy to experience confusion and then clarity. I guess like this also.
Well, in words it's difficult, but if you could swap places, you could definitely see it's like totally. Oh, it's like for me, it's like child's play. Everything is so nascent, and I think the more I try to put my head into it, I get totally confused. So I'm just like full surrender at all times, accepting it the way it is, and just understanding what it is.
Just give it some chance and give your authenticity to it, like your authentic experiencing and knowing at every stage.
Yeah.
The full truth will be revealed. Don't try to hold on to any experience at any stage. Live it, know it fully, but don't try to carry it for tomorrow or keep it for tomorrow. That's all. Full truth of life will be revealed to you. You will know everything.
Oh,
Everything.
that's the hope.
Becoming a butterfly slowly. Life does not want to spoil this joy by just suddenly becoming a butterfly as if you were never a caterpillar. You know, although that will also happen, by the way. You will look back one day and you will feel this idea of caterpillar and butterfly is just a dream I was having. I was never anything other than what I am, free and being the eye of Shiva, pure seeing. But this also is happening by the will of God that you are experiencing it like this. At any point, troubled, find out who are you, who is troubled. It's such a simple thing, actually. You know, you will again feel nice, like like and we all have been living in this state and of life and doership and even spiritual growth and journey. And all of this is what is happening in life. There is nobody responsible for it, or like nobody can be blamed for things which are wrong and like this. But the biggest surprise for you is that who are you?